couple of observations. Uh, First of all, Mike Tyson has been going through a lot of difficulties in the past. In fact, he had declared himself bankrupt at one time, and it seems that he's now coming back. I was happy that he had a $20 million payday, if memory serves me right. Jake Paul, I do admire the man because he's been successful in everything he's done, and it takes a lot of heart to get out there with a bruiser like Mike Tyson. Even though Mike Tyson is 58 years old, you gotta admire the fact that Jake Paul had a lot of courage in getting in there with Mike Tyson. I was a little disappointed in the fight. I saw a Mike Tyson that was tired, that was old for the sport of boxing. And I saw that Jake Paul looked like he was taking it easy with Mike Tyson. Kind of reminds me when Muhammad Ali was on the comeback trail when he came back for the last time and he was fighting Trevor Berbick, excuse me, and Trevor Berbick held back. He didn't want to hurt him because here was a man, he was past his prime fighting, and even Larry Holmes when he fought Muhammad Ali for when they fought for the championship for Larry's title, Larry didn't want to hurt him. He was fighting his hero, what he called his idol, and the referees told him to fight, and all he was doing was slapping him, because he didn't want to hurt him. And let's go back to Joe Louis and Rocky Marciano. Joe Louis was Rocky Marciano's idol. And Rocky Marciano, after he put on that beating to Joe Louis, he was actually crying because he admired Joe Louis. And let me tell you, fighters get into all kinds of dilemma. I would really, if I was looking up to somebody like Muhammad Ali and I was a fighter during that time, and I was fighting him, I'd have some reservations, because here you are, you're fighting somebody that you look up to. So it's not an easy thing. But one thing I bear in mind was when Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman, he was talking to him and calling him suck and saying, "You are fighting your idol." But this time Muhammad Ali was successful, thank God. But here's a couple of things. I want to make a couple of observations about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, he looks like he's strong. He prepared himself for the fight, and there were times that he looked like he might pull it off. But I think maybe it was his age. I don't know. But I'm just happy that both of them got a good payday. I was disappointed because I wanted to see more of a fight there. But then again, I was glad that nobody got seriously hurt. Mike Tyson, he's a bruiser. He's a tough guy. I remember him in his fights. There was nobody that could beat Mike Tyson. And unfortunately, age caught up with him. But Mike Tyson, nevertheless, has a good legacy. He's, in my opinion, he's one of the best fighters I have ever seen in the heavyweight division. Jake Paul, well, I don't know. I saw him fight one time. Now he wants to fight Canelo. Now that's going to be interesting because it's going to be an interesting bout. I like Canelo. Bear in mind, Canelo is a tough Mexican fighter. Let me tell you, I come from a Puerto Rican ancestry, and Puerto Ricans and Mexicans are always at each other fighting. And Canelo has that Mexican spirit. I mean, though, I don't know what it is with these Mexican fighters. They are really tough, and he wants to fight Canelo. I wish Jake Paul the best because Canelo's not going to be an easy target. The Canelo is in this well. Some people think he's passing his prime. I think there's still some more power in Canelo's life. I think he has more potential. But fighting Canelo is going to be an interesting fight. I just hope that it's not a disappointment like Tyson and Jake Paul's fight was. But that should be a good fight to watch. I can't make no judgment about Jake Paul. I'm not going to judge him or what have you. I think, like I said, he's successful in a lot of things he's done. You got to hand it to him. He's went out there and fought a feared fighter like Mike Tyson, even though he's past his prime. But it's going to be interesting to see how he fares against Canelo. Canelo's a real tough fighter, and that should generate a lot of revenue. What's going to happen to Jake Paul in the future? I don't know. He's going to probably be getting some fights. I hope for his sake he doesn't get seriously hurt, because some of these fighters that are coming up are really, some of them may be, who knows? I mean, a lot of these fighters, they're tough, and Canelo's one tough fighter, one tough for cookie. And I hope that for Jake Paul's sake, he doesn't get hurt. As far as Tyson is concerned, my hope is that Tyson could retire with 20 million. My goodness, he could just live comfortable for the rest of his life. And I think he has other businesses on the side. I think he has a marijuana farm that he has. The man could retire and not even be hurting. I mean, he could live comfortably for the rest of his life. Now, if he wants to keep on fighting, that's his decision. I can't do anything about it. I would like to see him retire, but I think that a man like Tyson could get seriously hurt, and I don't want to see that happen. So I hope and pray that Mike Tyson makes the right decision. I hope and pray that Jake Paul um, be able to look upon his future and realize that he's taking a great risk fighting with these experienced seasoned fighter. Now Jake Paul looked all right. He's a strong guy, I have to admit. But when you get into with a seasoned fighter with like Canelo, and not to say that Tyson wasn't a seasoned fighter. Yes, he's a seasoned fighter, but he's past his prime. But Canelo is up in there, he's still up in there, and he still packs a punch. So it's going to be interesting. So I hope and pray that Jake Paul doesn't get hurt. Those are my thoughts. I want to share some of my thoughts. Feel free to share some of your thoughts about this boxing match that happened between Tyson and Jake Paul. And we'll see you later. And thank you so much for tuning in. Bye bye now.